Gotcha.
We're going to go live right now. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it's one of those crazy things, man, where it's like, what do you do, right? Oh, there's Colin.
Right.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Nice to meet you.
Nice to finally meet you. Welcome.
I'm going to put my headphones in so I can hear you a little bit better.
Yeah, I know. Like my headphones look like that dude from, was it Ben Stiller? From, I got this comment before. Was it Ben Stiller? Is it AR? It's ER. Headphone. So yeah, I got people said I look like this guy right here with my big old headphones. So I'll take it, I guess. I mean, whatever. I can hear.
The next time you go to the San Diego or something, you have to do a jog on the beach.
I'm gonna do a jog, and I'm just gonna do a video with a jog for sure. And I'm just gonna have this as the thumbnail, right?
Yes.
No, Colin, definitely nice to meet you, man. And welcome to the show. I know we chat all the time on text, but we don't chat personally. Obviously, just kind of like a group chat. But I wanted you on here just to kind of get your opinion on things. I mean, this isn't like a straight up interview. Like, there's going to be comments in here, like talking about random coins that we can jump into. So this is 100% laid back, kind of like a free for all, right? Like anything kind of goes. So,
love it.
Yeah, right. So it's totally laid back. How long have you been into crypto?
I started back in 2017. I wish I had invested more, but yeah, I just heard about it. Kind of got the initial how mining works. My friend was setting up like 7 or so miners at the time.
Wow.
And he went all in at the end of 2017. He was going to do like a warehouse and everything, and then everything crashed. So, that didn't go too well for him, but I got re-entered back at the middle to end of 2019 and never looked back.
Yeah. Nice. Are you more of like what's going on, Norman? And you'll hear me like before I answer a question or something, just like go to the chat and just say what's up to people, because we have a lot of regulars here. So I'm just saying what's up to them. But do you are you more of like a blue chip type crypto person, or like a community coin that's kind of taken over by storm right now?
I'm a little bit of both. I think it's really hard right now because Biden just came out with those crypto sanctions early this week. I won't call them sanctions yet, but he came out with that report, right? It's talking about central bank digital currencies, and you kind of need that know your customer and anti-money laundering, the KYC and the AML requirements. And so it's a little hard for me personally to be excited about NFTs and things like that, because a lot of them might be unregulated. They're kind of under the radar as far as the IRS is concerned. So I really like the blue chip, I would say, people that have like Stellar Lumens that has a partnership with IBM, and there's public blogs about that and things like that. So I really try to look for the partnerships, because I know that's the longevity. Like, how can we connect Web 2 to Web 3?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I agree with you. So I'm big into community tokens right now to feed my blue chip tokens that I'm holding until iOS or whatever 20222, I think that's what it's called, later on this year. So I'm using, because at the end of the day, it's the companies that are regulated that are going to follow the SEC guidelines, and the actual companies that are going to last, right? Like these fly by night brand new community coins that just pop up out of nowhere. Those are the ones that are going to get wrecked, right? What do you think?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like even like Mischief right now, love Baby Doge. It's like, is that one going to make it? Like, you could get in early and it could pop off, but you could put, $1,000 in and lose that 1,000. It could just be a pump and dump. So, yeah, I don't really have much of, it's just too risky for me. Like, I have friends that are making 50x in a week. And I'm like, that's great. I mean, even Mike and your son had an incredible return on an NFT. And like, that's amazing to see those types of returns, but it's just not my style. I'm just a buy and hold type of guy. I have everything on my ledger, and I don't, it's so hard to liquidate off a ledger. So I just kind of just keep it there, and I have my sell targets of what I'm going to sell at.
Right. And Mike, are you kind of in agreement with all that as well? Like what's your overall end game or your target for like what you want at the end of crypto?
I'm kind of like a hybrid between both of you.
Okay.
So I'm kind of dabbling like in both worlds.
Do one of you guys have like a real quick a speaker like on a cord that's hitting a shirt?
Maybe. Is that coming through?
That's not coming through. Or I mean, it sounds good. Okay, well it's gone. Whatever it is, it's gone.
Okay.
So that's good. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
I heard it too.
Okay. So you're kind of like a hybrid, Mike?
Yeah. So, because my son is kind of the one that got me into this, and
Right.
he was more into like whatever he's seeing off like the group chats and kind of doing his own research. So he hit a lot, right? But then he didn't understand to sell and take profits.
Right.
So lost, most of what he kind of saved up. So now he knows.
Yeah, so my whole end game, and I've been pretty blunt about this, but I'm not like for these community tokens, I'm not a hold forever kind of guy. I'm using these community tokens to get as many blue chip tokens like my XRP, XLM, Algorand, VET, those type of XDC, those type of coins, and also try and get as much into staking as possible. So I earn that passive income where I don't have to dip into all my other coins, and I can live off my passive income, right? That's my end game, obviously, until XRP and all those hit my number that I need to sell. But yeah, my whole end game, man, is those blue chips are not going anywhere, right? Your XRP, even though the SEC stuff is happening right now, that's not going anywhere. I honestly think they will win that case. Maybe I'm a moon boy on it, but I really think it's going to go positive for them. And then it's honestly going to go from 73 cents if that happens to who the heck knows, right? Like, I don't want to moon boy it, right? But I mean, you can see high double digits, triple digits, possibly the way they're going to use it. So what are you guys looking at right now for community coin wise? What are you guys looking for? There's like you got your Yeti coins, your Shibnobis, right? What are you looking for right now, community wise?
Colin, if you want to go first.
I think you're the expert in the community coins. I want to hear your opinion on this.
Mike's been killing it with the community coins lately.
Well, I've taken kind of like Keith's lead and looking for the the ones that have utilities or they're not just a coin to be a coin. Things are going to provide value. What's the name of the one that's going to protect the addresses again?
That is to detect the addresses. Are you talking about
that'll hide the addresses so you can't see?
Boba.
Yes.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett. That's that Star Wars character, right? Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Boba Tama.
Yep. So at first glance, it just sounds like, oh crap, it's just off a Star Wars thing. But when you look at it, it's a pretty cool company, and what they're going to do.
Look at that chart. Come on, look at that chart. Like, these charts are insane.
Yeah. What percentage is that, and what time frame is that? That's wild.
So this is on March 1st. It launched, I believe, right, Mike? Did it launch March 1st?
It's like a week or so, I think.
Yeah. So March 1st at a 1330, and it killed that zero. So it over 10x. That like what? Way over 10x, right? Yeah, it killed that zero. It probably like 15x or something like that. Like these coins are absolutely insane. Like absolutely. So Dojo Swap, yeah. So real quick, sorry to cut you off, Mike, but Dojo Swap runs, not to sound naive, but once Dojo Swap runs, is it possible to buy Shibnobi directly? Yeah, so that's the overall goal, Marco, is when Dojo Swap comes out, it's not going to be on version 1 or version 2, I don't think. I think it's going to be after version 3, Cliff said, that you're going to be able to buy directly on Dojo Swap using like a bank transfer. So that is definitely coming. You guys know what I think. I think this bull run is going to last until May at least. and we'll have time to jump in other projects before they blow up. I don't think they will all explode. Yeah, and it also depends on like the utilities aspect of it. So everyone knows I'm big on Shibnobi, and the reason I am is obviously because of the team they have, but the utilities that they're coming out with, like their Dojo swap is a multi-chain swap, right? So you can swap BSC, Polygon, Ethereum. That's not like your typical swap that all these other companies seem to be coming out with. They all come out with like, you can do Ethereum-based tokens and that's it. So what sets Shibnobi aside is that they have a multi-chain. So that's going to attract a lot more people to their swap and more investors, right? So let's see. Yeah. So Boba. So yeah, Colin, I'm not sure if you're familiar too much with these, but I want you to take a look at this one. Have you ever heard of Terrarium, Colin?
No.
Okay. So this is probably one of the hottest cryptocurrencies right now. And I don't know percentage wise, you're going to see that and it's going to freak you out. But this thing went on like a 2-week run where it literally just started out I think it was 9 zeros, Mike, 9 zeros and a 6 or something like that. Or was it more? Do you know?
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up CoinMarketCap because I think I can see it better. So the thing with these community coins, honestly, is once a community gets behind it, it can just look at that chart. And this is from February 22nd. And it just like the peak was at just the other day, March 8th. So this thing ran for like 16 days, just running, continuous running. People made so much money on it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. It went from, what is that? Like it started at like less than 1,000 daily volume, 24-hour volume is okay. Yeah. 400. It started at 470,000 and then went up to 8 million within.
Isn't that crazy?
Like less than a month. Yeah. That's wild.
16-week period, right? So they're saying this one's going to hit $1 billion market cap. I think it's at like 300,000 now or something like that. But yeah, there's so much money to be made on these coins just because you get YouTubers that push these coins and their community of friends, they all buy into them, right? And it just jacks the price up like crazy. But I don't know how long it's going to last. Like the blue chippers are going to be there forever. But these community ones, there's hundreds of them. Like every week they just pop up, right? So it's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
Go ahead.
No, that's wild. I would love to get into them. I mean, it looks like this one had a nice little drop, so that's always the good time to buy, right? Buy the red candles, never the green. So this looks like a good buying opportunity, man. Do I get mad when my clothes go on sale? My favorite clothes go on sale? No, I buy more.
Just buy them up. And this is a good project too, right? Like there's 4 people that run the project. 3 of them are doctors. 1 of them's a pilot. They just know their crap and just the utilities that they're bringing. Obviously, if they come out with the utilities, because every coin can say, yeah, I've got this utility coming. But most of these projects don't have their actual utility out yet. So it's really, you're going based on hearsay and you're hoping, right, that these coins actually do what they're going to say, which is wild. I mean, it's crazy, man. Hey, what's up, yeah. King? How's it going? That's my ride or die right there, King. From the start. So let's see. Go ahead.
If you don't mind me asking, I'm just curious if you guys are still in Shiba at all, or if you guys still think there's opportunity because of the network that it's had, or do you think it's just kind of dead and gone and it's just going to keep going down from this point?
Mike, you want to go and I'll go after you?
All I know on that one is Dylan bought me some about a year ago and it's just sitting there. I haven't bought any more or looked at it really since.
I think Shiba has another run in it, and just because they're currently working on their Shibarium network, which is going to be their exchange. So I think once they get their exchange up and running, the network fee is going to be super low. I think once that happens, it's going to have another crazy run up. But other than that, I don't know really what they're working on, but that's a big one, right? Their own blockchain. So I think it has another run for sure.
100%. Yeah, I always wonder if they're going to cut off from ERC20 and kind of become their own, kind of like what you just said. I did read their white paper a while ago, how you can like dig the bone and you have like the leash and everything. I like how it's that unique, community-based coin. It has the anonymous founder, Ryoshi, and that's kind of cool because everybody loves the mystery behind blockchain. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about SHIB. I'm still holding like a few $100 worth. So I'm excited to see if there's, a potential pop to like a 5x there for the next couple of months. That's
Yeah, I definitely like Shiba. At first, obviously, that was kind of like that, and Doge was really the godfathers of these community tokens. But I really still don't know what the hell Doge does. But Shiba's coming out with these utilities. But yeah, you can go on their site and you can stake. I mean, the APYs they're kind of low, but you can still earn like crazy. And on the Shibarium network, Bone is going to be the actual coin to use to transfer everything. So like instead of your ETH fees, it's going to be Bone that you're going to use to do all that. So Bone should really go skyrocket, maybe, because it's going to be the actual trading coin that you're going to have to use, is what I'm assuming. But who knows on that one?
Yeah, it's cool that they're doing the proof of stake. That's so cool that they're already have the APY built in and all that. So the fact that they're bringing DeFi to these networks, I think is just going to be so huge for the long term.
Yeah, I love it, man. I really do. And there's like what like 2 million maybe holders in that project. So for me, if you have I don't know how many holders actually. I don't want to just let out a number. And it's over 1 million. So just say they have 1 million holders. If they come out with the Shibarium network, there's that many people potentially that could put a couple more bucks in it and then just shoot the price up like crazy, right?
100%. And you know what, actually, speaking of SHIB, there is something that I'm super bullish on, that they're partnered with Flare. And yes. Flare Networks is kind of the thing that's unlocking value. They're bringing smart contracts to the XRPL. And so the fact that they're kind of building that ecosystem for Shiba as well, they see the value of Shiba. Flare has multiple partnerships with central bank digital currency. So there's a partnership maybe for DeFi with Shiba Swap there. So yeah, it's definitely bullish on that for sure.
Yeah, I didn't know the whole Flare network part of it, but if they are, I mean, that's incredible, to be honest with you. Marco, let's see. Once again, for this newbie, what's the purpose next week? Dubai, especially for Shinja. So Dubai, the Dubai Expo is huge. It's literally where thousands of people are going to go see projects, right? So for Shinja, Cliff is one of the keynote speakers in Dubai. So he's going to talk about Shibnobi, the project, what benefits it has. And a lot of partnerships in Dubai are done at these expos. So the biggest thing for Shinja is exposing our product to multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires, big corporations that go to these expos, right? So these are where deals are done, like a big corporation deal. That's where these types of events, that's what happens. So it's huge to be on display at that expo. Let's see, Marco, demarketing and promoting to a new sector investors. Yep. And Dubai, I mean, there is so much money in Dubai. Holy cow. Yeah, thanks, King. No problem. Okay. Yeah. So obviously we have a lot of Shibnobi community members that follow us. And that's probably one of my bigger projects right now with Shibnobi, just because they're having a swap come out, a wallet. They're doing their own blockchain later on this year. And they're also dipping into the metaverse. They're going to have their own like little Dojoverse. So they have so many utilities coming out, and their dev team is just on point. They don't promise and underdeliver, right? They try and treat their investors with respect and help us out as much as possible, which is why I love that team. And it's kind of unique because that's kind of what I look for. When I invest into a project, I look for who's running it, what utilities they have, and can they actually serve a purpose? Because every company out now, like all these community coins, they have NFT platforms they're doing, swaps, play to earn games. But what really separates all those, right? Like Shibnobi's doing their multi-chain swap where they have BSC, Polygon, and Ethereum. Not a lot of companies are doing that. So that makes them more attractive to other people to invest in. So I kind of look at that kind of stuff. But yeah. So Colin, how big are you on XRP? So I think I was talking to Mike earlier, and I'm just curious because I know I'm into community coins and stuff, but I'm really a freak when it comes to XRP. As far as I love that project, I love Brad Garlinghouse and just the professionalism. But what's your take on XRP?
Yeah, I mean, to put it in like a nice, 30-second synopsis, there's a patent out there that David Schwartz has where he made that back from 1991, and it's a distributed ledger technology patent. And we all know that Bitcoin was created in 2009, right after the financial crisis. And so the fact that, he has that, he used to work for the NSA. And so I think there's something there that he has in the crypto community. He has deep roots with, being kind of the credible authority in the blockchain space. And so, it's up for discussion whether or not he created Bitcoin, right? If he worked for the NSA and all that stuff. But, Ripple just has so many good people on their team. Rosie Rios, the former U.S. Treasurer, she signed one of the $100 bills. She's on the team. They have one of the former J.P. Morgan executives on their team. Brad Garlinghouse has a picture with Christine Lagarde, which used to head the IMF, and she now heads the European Union. The ECB, the European Central Bank. And so there's just like these little ties together. You see the IMF, the Bank of International Settlements, the World Economic Forum put out blogs about ISO 222. And Ripple has said that the XRP token is ISO 222 regulated. And so, there's a whole global financial system shift coming. The plumbing of the financial system, how it works today. Jerome Powell said the other week that the dollar isn't going to stay the world reserve currency for a while. You saw that we cut them off. We cut Russia off from SWIFT, and Russia created their own SWIFT system with China. And so not to overwhelm or fire hose, but it's like, I think that there's a new payment system coming, and XRP is kind of the blood to the veins of that system. And obviously there's other tokens like XLM, ALGO, other tokens within the Interledger protocol family, the ISO 222 compliant coins. But that's just where I sit on it. I've definitely went narrow and deep. XRP is 90% of my portfolio for sure.
Right. I'm kind of with you on that, to be honest with you. Because you can go on for hours with XRP, right? So that was actually awesome in a nutshell of kind of what you're looking at. But yeah, just the team alone and what they have backing them is just absolutely amazing. And I'm kind of glad they're in the situation they are. Like, I'm not glad, obviously, because it sucks, the SEC, right? But the reason I am glad is because now the price is suppressed so low, I can still accumulate as much as possible. And if they do beat the SEC, it's really going to be one of the only projects that actually has clarity of what it is in the space. And if you're a big time investor or hedge fund or whatever, you're going to want to go to the project that actually has clarity by the US government. You know what I mean? So that's my take on it. And let alone like 401ks, I think are going to be starting to use cryptos in their plans. And they're not going to use every coin. They'll probably narrow it down to like the top 5 cryptocurrencies. But when you start offering for 401ks cryptocurrency, that's absolutely going to jumpstart or not even jumpstart, but that's going to make these coins, at least the top 5 or 10, fly like crazy. And no one understands that. Like, you got your Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, all these big companies, investment companies. And once they get their hands on these cryptos and start selling them in their portfolios, it's going to go absolutely crazy.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's like retail money is running the markets right now, right? We've made it to a couple $1 trillion, and Grayscale released their Bitcoin trust, the GBTC, and Goldman Sachs is talking about coming out with theirs. Like, that's when institutional money starts to come in, is when we kind of create the S&P 500 of crypto, like a regulated fund, trust fund. But that's when institutional money starts to come in. Trillions of dollars is nothing to them, and that instantly shoots us up to those double and triple digits for something like XRP that's sitting at 74 cents could easily go there within like a week.
Right. And it's funny because there's like, I forgot the actual numbers. I want to say it's like 25 to 30 trillion dollars, I think, maybe in the US in the stock market. I don't know the exact numbers, but there's literally only right now, I think 2 trillion in the crypto market. Where are we at? Market $1.7 trillion in crypto compared to like a 25 or 30 that's in the stock market. So as soon as that kind of shifts over to crypto, because I think crypto is way more attractive than like a normal stock, definitely volatile for sure. But once that starts twisting over to crypto and trillions start rolling in, it's over. Like it's game over, 100%.
Yep.
All right, let's see, Marco, by watching your videos over the past few months, this could go either way. One of the first things I look for in a token is liquidity. In my opinion, very low liquidity means potential rug pull. So Saitama's having an issue right now with their liquidity. And that's why I don't think they're injecting that much, because I don't think they can inject that much liquidity. I think their liquidity actually unlocks in May. And I think they're going to have issues up until then. So let me just see if where's Saitama's right here. So total liquidity. So there's only $11 million in total liquidity right now, right? I don't think they have enough to do what they're trying to do. I think when that liquidity unlocks in May, then Saitama is going to be able to function the way it's supposed to. But that's why I think they're having so many issues right now, because it's a liquidity. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. Also,
can you look at liquidity for Terra? Just out of curiosity.
Yep. Let's see. 17 million. What was Saitama? 11 or 13?
11. I thought you said.
So like,
wow.
Hey, so Terra is a pretty red right now, which I don't know how long it's going to last. So hopefully it trades sideways a little bit, and then I'm going to get in, or dips a little bit more, and then I'll get in another bag. But also look at when the project was launched and the number of holders and listings. Yeah, 100%. So this is when I'm looking at projects, like we'll take Platanasso. It has a very low, I mean, this is a brand new project, but it has a very low holder count. And with Platanasso, I look at a couple of different things. I look at who's backing the project, obviously, what they're going to do. And Platanasso just announced that they're going to be on Dojo Swap. And Dojo Swap, Shibnobi has over 61,000 holders. So what I'm looking for is the guy who runs Platanasso is a developer for Shibnobi, and they're going onto Shibnobi's platform. And the Shibnobi community love Jason, who is the developer of Platanasso. So I truly believe there's going to be a ton of holders that are going to buy into Platanasso just because of who's actually running the project. And then so this is that little run up. Once they got announced, they were going to be on Dojo Swap, which is a nice little run. I mean, they were in the 9s and they went to the 12s, almost 13s. So that's a nice little run up. As soon as they get on Dojo Swap, K King, I think you're going to see a lot of green candles just going up. Obviously, that's my personal opinion, not financial advice. Do your own research. You know the spiel. But what do you think, Mike? What do you think on Platanasso?
No, I agree with you. I saw the liquidity is really low in that one, right? It's like 70,000 something.
Yeah, super low. Super low.
But there's only how many holders? 250?
There's 250, 260.
Is that kind of consistent? Do you usually look at if there's that low amount of holders, is that the usual amount of liquidity you see?
Yeah, so for me personally, I'm not too concerned with this right now. Okay. I'm not going to even look at this right now, to be honest with you. Just for the way I trade, I'm not looking at this at all. I'm just looking on all those other factors because I know a lot of people that know Jason, and I know Jason's a key developer for Shibnobi, and he was vetted, and so I know who's running the project. So I'm not afraid of a rug pull on this one at all. But I get where people would be concerned if they didn't know who was actually backing the project. I get that, right? But yeah, in this case, I'm not worried at all. White papers and roadmaps are very important as well. Yes, they are, 100%. So Mike,
So what's the goal for Planet NASA? I'm curious about this one. Is this a proof of stake coin?
Yeah, so Platanasso doesn't have a whole lot going on for it. Now, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm in it in a minute. But the whole objective of this coin, let's see. 1 second. Okay, so right here. So there's a significant percentage of Hispanic and Caribbean communities without crypto knowledge regarding crypto investment. Platanasso will provide teaching materials to help make extra passive income by investing and staking on the projects you believe in and trust. We're a team standing in the forefront with a megaphone screaming. So they're really going to go into the Hispanic and Caribbean communities and educate them on how crypto works, what staking is, because a lot of those communities don't trust crypto or they just don't understand it. You know what I mean? So this is what this company is going to do. Now, they don't have a whole lot of utility besides that. I think I saw them getting into the NFT game where they're going to have an NFT platform, but there's not a lot to it. But for me, this isn't a long-term hold. This is just, I'm going to buy it now. I'm going to wait for them to get listed on a Dojo swap. Hopefully those holders come in and transfer over, pump it up, and then I would be out. And I would take my profits and run. And as crappy as that sounds, that's just how I would play this coin. There's no long-term value for me in this project, unfortunately.
You're swing trading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're helping it get off the ground, so it's not a bad thing that you're not in it for the long haul. You're helping them get off the ground and taking your profits. I don't see an issue with that. Totally.
And I'm also pissed off. I can't get past level 3 of their game. I'm extremely pissed off. Level 6. I can't get past level 6 for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. I just can't do these damn games.
Have you had your youngest child do it and get past that level for you?
He would freaking wreck me, and I don't want to do that because then I would have to ground him, and I don't want to be that guy. So what is So Mike, what's your end game with crypto? I know it's never an end game, right? There's always something, but what are you really trying to do with crypto as far as buy and hold those blue chip coins, or are you going to do community coins the rest of your life? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to do a mixture where I know some of these I'm going to have to sit on, right, and wait. Right. Anything XRP related, and then some of the other things on crypto.com, what's the one we Crow?
Crow. I'm big on Crow.
Items like that where it's just I'm going to have to wait, and then just try to get by on these tokens where get in at the right time, get back the investment, let some sit, especially if it's going to have a good utility, or something this one where you just kind of have to get out and just put your money in something else and just kind of really diversify, the crypto vault.
Yeah, and I'm gonna answer this question real quick, and then I'm gonna come back to Crow, Colin, with you real fast. But Norman says, I'm in the Caribbean and I get it. And I really find that a lot of people over the world don't get it. Remember, only about 4% of the world is involved in crypto. Norman, I 100% agree with you. I have a lot of friends because I live in Arizona that are Hispanic, and they don't trust crypto. They have this certain culture, right, of putting money in their desk or something, because obviously a lot of banks, and they just don't trust a lot of people, which 100% I understand. So companies like Platanasso that's trying to put this program together, I love it. I absolutely love it. But for me, I just investment wise, with not a lot of utilities, that's for me personally, my investment strategy would be just to swing trade it, right? But going back to Crow, I'm big time on Crow and just what Crow's doing. Colin, have you ever, obviously you've heard of Crow, but are you aware of their crypto wallet that they have, the crypto.com wallet, the DeFi wallet?
Yeah.
Do you stake on there, or do you farm on there?
I don't stake on their platform.
Do you, have you ever seen their staking? I know Mike's going to be like, what are you doing? But I'm gonna.
It's
Go
okay.
ahead.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, I've heard great things. I mean, people are making buku bucks on it.
Yeah. So, and you probably can't see this. I'm gonna come this way a little bit. You probably is my screen too bright?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a little bright.
Right.
Yeah, that blinds me in the morning when I wake up in bed.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Is that better? Okay. So it's the APRs on these things are absolutely insane. So right now I'm farming. I think I have like 3,600 hours just in this one farming system.
Is this yield farming?
Yeah.
Nice.
So right now the pair I have is Crow and VVS. It'll populate in 1 second. So I never multitasked like this before. So right now I have 3,500 hours in there. So every 30 days off of $3,500, I'm making $315.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So my goal obviously is to get this account up to 250 grand, right? But what I'm doing right now is every 30 days or even every 15 days, I'm taking this balance right here and I'm just throwing it back on top to compound. Now, obviously, this percentage, the 105% or whatever it is, that's going to fluctuate. That's going to go down. But until it does, like even at 90%, because if you look at some of these, 100%, 106%, like they're all over the map, 90%. So my whole thing is trying to compound as much as possible right now, get this thing up to 250K somehow with these community coins. And then this is what I'm going to live off of for passive income. So if this thing goes down by 50%, I'm still getting 50% on my farming, right? So
yeah, could you describe? I don't know if you talk about yield farming a lot. I'm just curious for me, what is yield farming? Like the 30-second to minute like synopsis. Like how can I grasp my head around what yield farming is? How does it make money?
So right now we're providing liquidity. So to get into the yield farming pool, I have to provide liquidity in Crow and VVS. So I'm literally lending them my money so they can make their money however they make it, just like a traditional bank. And they're going to pay me a certain percentage up until they get their full liquidity. Not full liquidity, but I'm investing my money into them so they can invest it on top. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm lending them my money and all they're giving me is a percentage, but they're making way more in a percentage using my money. Does that make sense? I know it's hard to explain, right? It's super confusing for me at least, but
it makes sense because that's how the fractional reserve banking system works. But where
yes.
are they investing it in to where they can give you such a large return?
I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel kind of dirty taking it, but I'm going to take it.
It works. I mean, it's paying you. That's all that's all that matters at the end of the day.
And it's Crow, right? It's backed by crypto.com, which is, in my opinion, with crypto.com, it's going to be one of the top 3 to 4 exchanges in the world in the next 3 to 5 years. Obviously, Binance is the biggest ever, right? You got Coinbase up there, but crypto.com right now is doing things that other exchanges or companies are not doing, right? Big time partnerships, the Staples Center, stuff like this with their farming and staking. And I just think they're going to attract so much more customers, investors. And I just think it's absolutely going to go crazy. And Crow is only like 47 cents right now. I mean, that is absolutely insane. Crazy.
They had LeBron in their Super Bowl commercial. I mean, come on. It doesn't get they took over the Staples.com arena. Right. It doesn't get much better than that. I'm bullish on Crow for sure.
UFC, come on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they have the UFC thing. Yeah, they're definitely they have their PR game strong.
Yep, 100%. Let's see. Crow has to lower the APY eventually because that is unsustainable. 100% K King. But until they do, your boy's making money. 100%.
Hey, the greatest wealth is made in early innovation. You're in early on that stuff.
Well, and here's the thing. If the Crow VVS one goes down, in the crypto.com ecosystem, they're producing new coins. They're producing another coin called Single There's another one. What's that other one, Mike, that starts with a B?
A B?
Buffy coin or something. You don't know?
No.
Yeah, so they have Single, which is their new project. So they're also raising liquidity, right? You're investing into that as well to help them with their liquidity issue, to pump more liquidity into their project. So even though if it's not Crow and VVS, there's going to be a new token where I could get a high APY or APR. These ones are APR that I'm in. And I don't care what coin I get in return, as long as I can convert it to Crow or USD. It doesn't matter if it's like a fluffy bunny coin, as long as the value I get is 100% and I can swap it for USD, Crow, VVS, or whatever. But if I can't swap it for that, then obviously it's useless and I really can't do nothing with it. But yeah, it's something to look into for sure. If you're just, because I always try and like, I hate my money and my like XRP is on my ledger too, right? I have it in my Nano, just chilling in my safe, and I just don't like it not making money for me. So I'm heavily into staking and even reflections on other coins and stuff. So yeah, anything to make more money. I'm trying to hustle it.
Yeah, no, you're selling me. I think I'm definitely going to look into that. We'll have to chat after this in the email thread or in the text thread that we have. I'd love to get involved in 105% returns. Absolutely. So
right.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it goes down to 75, I mean, so I got into it, Mike. What was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
When we first talked, it was like 156, but I think it's down to like what, 109 or something.
Yeah, so it slowly trickles
super
down.
High.
But then if this one slowly trickles down, then another one will go up a little bit, and then I just convert all this LP. I just swap it out for that LP, and I just hop into that one if it's a drastic change, right? But yeah, I mean, anytime you can get over 50% APR, I mean, you can literally rack up all your credit cards for 24%, sell everything you buy, and then get cash and then buy crypto. And then you pay your monthly bill of 24% on your credit cards, and you're gaining whatever right now, 75% positive. You know what I mean? And then just pay your bills with the staking that you get. Don't anybody do that. I'm just throwing that out there. Keith, my wife left me because I racked up my credit cards to buy crypto USOB. No. Don't do that, please.
So
I'm going to delete the stream.
So Keith helped me get into my first farm like about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I go and I check it every day. I kind of look at it, I track it in my little spreadsheet just to kind of, and then it was like 5 a.m. and I'm looking for it. I'm like, it's gone. Like my money's gone. And I'm like, I wonder if Keith will be pissed if I call him at 5 a.m. So I messaged him on like Facebook and everywhere else. I'm like, please help me find it. And I didn't realize the farm had ended. And you had to go through like a series of screens to find it and then just put it somewhere else. But like, it wasn't in my balance, right? It was nowhere. That was a very stressful, like 5 a.m. to like 6:30 a.m. until Keith finally wrote me back.
I might have been out of town at that point too. I think I was.
I think you were like in Mexico or something.
Yeah, I was in Mexico.
The worst timing.
It was the worst. Yeah, my fault, Mike. I should have known you were going to have a staking issue. Forget those.
I know
for
next time though.
That's awesome. No, but for sure. And it's kind of a slow night, huh? It's definitely a slow night. I'm used to just like tons of comments and stuff. But it sucks because you have to time these shows when other people aren't doing them. And I think Thursday night, a lot of people are doing shows at this time, which I'm kind of learning the time zones of everything or the timing. But no, we definitely got to talk, Colin. You're a cool dude. I don't chime in too much on that chat just because, but I know a lot of people probably don't like the community coins, but I'll start talking blue chip stuff, what I think as well, even though my opinion doesn't weigh that much at all. Trust me. But yeah, man, it was super.
I like the hybrid. I respect the hybrid. The only reason I'm not about it is because I'm not well researched in it. But you guys are getting me involved for sure. I mean, that 15x returns in 6 weeks or whatever. That sounds pretty that sounds within my appetite, you know? So, I mean, if I could allocate a certain amount of XRP to that and get those types of returns and just put it back in XRP or something, just swing trade it, that would be helpful. So I appreciate you pointing out a couple for sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you one that was absolutely insane, but then it died off because this project never really came out with what they were promised, right? So this one's, there's a lot of drama to this one right here, but I want to show you the actual run that they went on, which is totally, this one actually made a lot of millionaires. So September of, when did it really start running? So September 24th of 2021, this thing went from, I wish I had like an actual price. Does this thing show actual prices? No. Damn. What about CoinMarketCap? Which one shows the actual prices, Mike, that it went up?
Maybe I mean, that one will give you like, I think 30-day and 90-day.
Yeah, so we're going to go a year on this one. So I don't know how many zeros that's. See, the thing with these damn coins is there's so many zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zeros and a 2. So it went from 9 zeros to a 2. Let's just say right here in August 21 to November 12th. So 9 zeros to 1, 2, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 6 zeros?
Wow.
Is that 6 zeros? Well,
it ate 3 of them.
Yeah. So what is that? That's what every 10x is 1 0, 100x is 2 zeros, right? And then 1000x is 3 zeros. Is that how that works?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's 3000x in the matter of what? November 21 to roughly September, October. So 2 months, 2.5 months, 1000x.
So it would have been 1 grand is 300 grand.
Yep. 100%.
Whoa.
Wow.
I started crying right here because I had this coin. I had my portfolio. I had so much right here. And then I started literally almost crying right here. I was like, oh no, what do I do?
I mean, you still bought in September though, right?
I got in at October.
So you like 10x at least.
Yeah. So I bought in for 20. And then it got up to 200. And then it dropped down to, dude, it's sickening. My life could have been changed because I would have been staking right now. I'd have a fat bag XRP, all of those. And I grew up. I definitely grew up with this token. So I matured as an investor because of this company.
Amen. That's a great way to look at it for sure.
Yeah. So now I take profit because I live off of crypto. Like that's all I do full time. So I literally take profits now. And I was always hodl strong all day long, right? That was my mentality. And it killed me. It literally crushed me. And my wife's like, you didn't take profits? I'm like, yeah, like I was a new investor. And I came in with the bull market. So I never experienced a bad, like, kind of like a bear market, which is kind of like, I never experienced this. Right. So it definitely taught me how to take profits, even though I think this thing's going to fly, I'm taking my initial investment out and then some. So if it does go to 0 or close to it, I'm still in the profit no matter what. So I can't be mad at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, I think, setting sell targets as soon as you invest something, I think you should set your sell targets. And that's something I learned too. When I invested in XRP at 17 to 19 cents and it went up to $1.92 back in March of last year, I didn't sell at 192. I watched it drop all the way back down to like 90 cents. And then I sold some at 90 cents. And I was like, wow, I could have had, triple the amount that I did before. So yeah,
but it makes you think, right? Like it's definitely teaches you. Like, and my buddies like always brings it up. We could have made this. We could have. I'm like, dude. First of all, you can't change the past, and second of all, it made you the investor you are now. Which it's like the school of hard knocks. You gotta sometimes. Not everything's gonna be. You put money in, you're gonna make it, right? You have to lose money, in my personal opinion, in order to respect taking profits and learning how you go, right?
100%. Yep, 1000%.
Okay, Mr. Crypto just added to my bag of Vault. Vault's a good one. in the dip, like 9.5 tillion. Now super stoked to see the reflections, but my OCD is kicking. That is not a 10, my official goal. Yeah, so Vault, Mr. Crypto, I'm big on Vault. I love that project, that team. I love what they're gonna do, and they have a buyback system too, which is awesome. K King, I'm staking 200%. Yeah, wow. Look at those APYs. It's crazy to find those APYs. Love me a loan's giving me 1.2% a day in returns. Jeez. Got into crypto and the total market cap was 118 billion. Damn, K King. Good for you. I heard about crypto back then, right? 2017, 18, but I was so sketchy on it. I was just like, nah, that ain't for me. I'm not touching that. I regret that 100%. Because when I got into crypto, I was working so much overtime at my job, just dumping it into crypto because that's the mentality I have, is just to put everything in it. So I can only imagine in 2017 if I actually got into Bitcoin, what I would actually do. But I can't live in the past for sure. That's for damn sure.
I'll tell you this, that I'm very blessed. I just made this move out to Nashville, and I'm working at like a financial crypto startup. It's not a blockchain company, but we teach on cryptocurrency and things like that. And the CEO is this multi-deca millionaire, and he teaches these people that have over $1 million in assets. Like these people have stocks, real estate, like these really safe assets that get them 8% to 10% per year. Yep. And they're totally open to the idea of putting well over 10% of their net portfolios into crypto. And so like just seeing how their minds work, the fact that they're on board, it's not risky to them anymore. I'm on calls with them all the time, and they're totally like, how can I do this? How can I get more? They see it as rivaling their real estate portfolios. And so that makes me super bullish for the next couple of years. Like if that's how they're seeing it, like that gives me so much confidence in our portfolios and just where things are going the next couple of years. It's here. The revolution is here.
And it's still so new, right? Like most people don't understand crypto. And I honestly, so people complain about regulations and stuff, but I kind of want regulations because I mean, that takes the sketchiness or the scamminess, I think, out of it a lot. So where there's actual companies that are corporations now, they have to be regulated, so they make it more safe of an environment for people to invest in. And I think a lot of people are waiting for all that to happen, and then they're just going to come in the droves, right? So that's what I kind of think is going to happen. But I mean, though, like your buddies or that company that has portfolios in real estate and stuff, like that's where I want to get to. Is I want to have a real estate portfolio. I want to just be totally diverse in a lot of different things and have like 10 different streams of income coming in, just in case we go into a bear market or whatever, right? You have to have multiple streams of income coming in, I think, in order to be financially successful, I think.
100%. And I'll cap this off here, but Ray Dalio has this really good investment principle. And if nobody knows who Ray Dalio is, he's one of the top hedge fund managers ever in the world. And, so talk about hedging, right? When there's a bear market, he's always making money no matter what. Yeah. And so he talks about the holy grail of investing. And it's just basically, if you have the direct opposite of industries and you invest in those, right? So if there's real estate and crypto, like those are like the two complete opposites. But if you're invested in both, you're probably going to do okay because they're inversely correlated. And so he talks about, try to get in as many diversification as you can because you'll be fine. So.
Yep. No, I agree with that 100%. And honestly, yeah, we'll chat more on that text thread for sure. But I'll definitely wrap it up for now. I definitely, Colin, I appreciate it. It was nice meeting you, and I appreciate you coming on the channel.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, Mike. I mean, you're a smart dude. You look young as hell, and you're freaking super smart. Like, how old are you? To be honest with you, you look young as hell.
I'm 28. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that.
Oh my God, that's depressing. 100% depressing. Do you have a YouTube channel that people can follow, or?
I don't. It's just at Colin Tovar on Instagram. COLLINTOV as in Victor AR. Happy to answer any questions for anyone.
Okay, so it's at COLLIN.
TOV as in Victor AR.
So just at Colin Prover, right?
Yeah, dude, this has been super fun, man. I really appreciate having this on. I always just love to talk about crypto, so definitely appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
definitely
humbled.
appreciate you coming on. Yeah, we just come on here and sometimes the chat gets a little crazy where people just talk random crap. But and we just started honestly doing these live shows like probably last week. So it's still new. Like I normally just do YouTube videos, but this whole live thing is very, very new to me. And we actually have our first actual AMA with a company called MediToken on Tuesday, where our actual community is going to ask them questions and kind of just interact on what they're about as a company. So we're starting to dabble into companies now coming on this channel and kind of pitching us their token, which is actually really cool.
Yeah.
Little nerve-wracking, but it's definitely pretty cool.
Yeah, congratulations, dude, on the YouTube channel. I know this isn't easy to start up, so I'm a little jelly for sure.
No,
awesome,
dude. Yeah, if you need help setting it up or you want to talk crypto anytime, man, come on the show and we just shoot the crap, man. We just have fun and there's no set agenda at all. We kind of just wing it.
Love that. Hey, love it.
Colin, you should listen to last night's show because he had a guest on, Teddy. What's his last name?
Teddy Ganja. Yeah, I don't think that's his last name. I just know he's into the weed.
Right. But he's like a developer or coder, right?
Yeah. So he's actually, he won the hackathon for I think 2 years in a row. Like super, super smart dude. But yeah, like so doing the YouTube channel, it kind of brought me to this whole network of people that just do crypto. So I'm learning a lot of crypto that I wouldn't have even known about like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, just because now we're in this community together and we talk on each other's shows and stuff. So it's really cool just to network and meet all these cool people. And yeah, it's just, it's wild. It's definitely different for sure.
Right on, man. Right on. Respect. I'll tell you, I'm definitely going to start a crypto channel here soon. So excited to collab on it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll definitely, we'll talk on that chat, man. I definitely appreciate you coming on. Mike, as always, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Colin.
And that's it. All the subscribers, I appreciate every one of you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hearing me jabber on about nothing. And we'll definitely see you guys next time. All right. See you guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Take care.